All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, let's get it. Welcome to the Local Moto podcast. For those of you on our YouTube viewers, this podcast will be on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So for those of you that are on YouTube, you can see our beautiful podcast set up here in Lincoln's garage.
Yeah.
Pretty dope. Pretty factory. As you see, we got a trophy here, got some Gatorade down here, and no way does Gatorade sponsor this podcast, but Gatorade, call us. All right, so kind of want to go over just kind of an intro podcast, and then we got some cool topics today as well, talking about some Gatorade flavors, just because that's everyone always wants to know, and then some Supercross stuff, some GNCC stuff. Let's talk about everything. So first off, I'm Jacob Berard. I'm the owner of Local Moto, which is the company of the YouTube channel that you guys are watching this on.
Oh, and my name's Lincoln Bischoff, and I'm kind of under Jacob. I'm just a racer who pretty much just is the local moto guy.
He just rides.
Yeah, I just ride.
Every now and again.
Yeah.
Once a week.
Yeah.
Sometimes twice a week.
Factory.
Yeah, basically factory. Rides, as you can see, GNCC.
Yeah.
Mostly FTR though, right?
Yeah, we're big Florida trail riders.
Yeah, so we're down here in Central Florida, and we ride the Florida Trail Riders Series, which is FTR. If you guys don't know, it's just like an off-road series. A lot of people that do it, they do hare scrambles and enduros, so we just kind of rip around and do that, and we have a good time riding our dirt scooters.
Everyone, just so all you viewers know, FTR is like an awesome thing. It's family friendly. Everyone can ride. It's awesome.
ASMR action there.
Yeah. Alright. Commercial break.
Yeah, FTR is great. All right, so what do you ride? Tell them about you.
I ride a KTM 85, 2022. Just really been enjoying riding lately. Coming back from injury, I've had 2 broken legs in like the past year, so it's been definitely a lot to come back from, but it's been really enjoyable, and we're finally starting to get on the mend.
Just to clarify, when he says 2 broken legs, he really means 1 broken leg twice.
Yeah.
But okay, so the next podcast is going to be about that. So if you guys want to stay tuned for some injury type stuff, because we both had very similar leg injuries, so we'll talk about that on the next podcast. But I'm Jacob Berard, like I said. I own Local Moto, and right now I don't have a real race bike. I kind of just cruise around in the pre-modern class in FTR, which is like the 20-year older bikes. I got a 2001 YZ250 sitting back there right now, and I just kind of cruise around on that, and that's basically. I used to ride like A250 and A200 back when I had a modern bike, but
he got really slow, guys. Don't worry.
I got really slow. I couldn't handle the power of a modern bike, so I had to go pre-modern.
So yeah, what do you want to talk about first? What's our first topic?
I think we got to start off with some Supercross.
Some Supercross.
Well, let's talk about Daytona. I know you weren't there, but I was there, and then we'll talk about predictions for the remaining of the season.
All right, first question: how was Daytona?
I loved it, dude. I will say I've been to Daytona like 6 or 7 times, and this year just happened to be my favorite year. Like our local club, our club of CFTR, which is our local FTR club, we kind of all got together. So there was a bunch of us there. My girlfriend came with us. My family was there. My brother was there. Like it was just really cool, and the racing was great. And a buddy of ours, Jack Chambers, ended up making it into the 250 main for the first time, straight through the heat race. So we'll talk about that a little bit too. So that was really, really cool to be able to watch him. He's used to ride FTR with us, so that was cool. It was just a good time, and the weather was good. It wasn't cold like it normally is.
That's awesome. I have one more question. What do you think of this track layout this year, since it was a bit different from the past?
I thought it was so sketchy. I didn't talk to any of the riders about it, but just the section we were at was like the roof section, so it was on the far side of the track, and we kind of sat down by the clay whoop section, and I'm like sitting there, I'm looking at it, I'm like, when a bike's going over it, the peaks of the whoops are wider than the tires. And I'm like, that's so brutal. Like, as an off-road racer, like, our whoops are, like, kind of sketchy and choppy. They're not...
Sand whoops.
Big sand. They're not, like, Supercross whoops. So, like, I see that, and I'm like, oh, that's a good way to die.
Yeah.
But the rest of the track seemed cool. I mean, the sand section was cool. There was a lot of carnage, though. A lot of people fell in a bunch of different spots. So, I thought it was cool. It creates excitement.
Yeah. Definitely.
For sure. A lot of excitement at Daytona. I mean, for me, for my fantasy points. We'll talk about that too. Not to shout out Rocky Mountain too much because technically they're a competitor of local moto, but we both do the Rocky Mountain fantasy, and I did okay. How did you submit your points?
I was actually at the GNCC in Palatka, Florida, and I had no internet, so I could not do any picks. No service.
Did it roll over your picks or no?
Yeah, my picks rolled over, but I don't think I did too well because half of the people who I had picked are hurt.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I did pretty good. I got Tomac right for the win. Did you watch it afterwards?
Yeah.
That was crazy with him and Cooper Webb. You think he would have got him if Brandon Hart or who was that? Shane McElrath.
McElrath, yeah.
If McElrath hadn't gotten a little bit in the way, do you think he would have got?
I think Tomac was riding so strong, I think he would have found a way past Webb.
I think
Personally.
No chance he wouldn't have got by him.
Personally.
Yeah, he was going to win that race, whether that happened or not. I mean, I'm not a big Webb guy. I like Tomac.
All right. One more thing. If y'all ever have any suggestions or things you want to say, you can DM us both on Instagram. His Instagram's Jacob Berard. Mine's 214 Lincoln, Linkin. So.
Linkin. Wow, that was really fast. Also, we want to do maybe like a comment of the day or a review of the day. If you're listening on Apple Podcast or YouTube, you can obviously leave a comment, and we'll pick one or two to read at the beginning of every podcast. So if you guys want to do that, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Maybe some topics you want to talk about. Really, anything you got questions about. And we'll do a Q&A podcast at some point if we get enough questions. And follow us on Instagram also. I'll have the Instagram link down below if you're watching on YouTube. And I think you can connect the Instagram on Spotify too. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to look at that. But just local.moto, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So Daytona was cool, as always. So how was the GNCC, man? Heard it was brutal.
I think I raced the morning race, the youth bikes. Personally, I think the track was the roughest it's ever been, by far. I mean, there were just big sand roots, big braking bumps. It was super dusty, but it was crazy. It was carnage everywhere. So
yeah, tell them about your incident with a lapper there.
So we were coming through. I'm the third line. I race 85-12 to 15 big wheel, and me, a fellow Florida rider, Jake Mitchell, and
shout out Jake.
Shout out Jake. All the leaders we were all battling pretty much for the lead. Like I think it was like first through third or fourth, whatever. Came across, had a lapper from the line before actually in YXC2. He didn't really want to move, so just kept. We were just pressuring him and crashed right in front of me. I had nowhere to go. Went straight into the back of him. Got all tangled up. Lost like a minute of time. So it was a bummer because I definitely think I could have had a battle for second or definitely a possible second there. So, but we still ended up with third in a podium and 11th overall. So we're pretty happy with it.
That's pretty good. That's your best overall at a GNCC, right?
Yeah, by far.
And without that minute, you probably would have been like 9 or 10, right? Something like that.
Hopefully, right. Probably right in that range. So.
Yeah, that's really impressive. For those of you that like maybe are just in the moto scene and don't do a lot of off-road stuff, GNCCs are super brutal, super long. It's pretty much the premier off-road series in the United States.
It is.
Yeah, it is the premier off-road series in the United States. I guess you could compare it to like what are the ones out west?
Works?
Kind of like Works, Hare Scrambles. I guess they're pretty big out west, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, GNCC is more of like an East Coast thing.
Yeah.
But it's really big. It's definitely the biggest in the United States, and it's really impressive to get that top 10 range, even in the morning race and the middies. Oh shoot! Podcast studio's falling apart. Okay. Yeah, so that was really impressive. I was proud of you. But how about the pro race, man? I want to talk about Jesse finally getting that top 5 in XC2.
Yeah, for sure. Jesse was ripping along with all the fellow KTM guys were just hauling, but I was out there watching them and stuff. Ben Kelly, who some of you know, dominated, won, smoked everyone else. Then Joseph Garcia, a foreign rider, came in. He actually hit a tree an hour and a half into the race and was riding with a broken bone in his hand the whole race and still ended up second. So that's super impressive.
He's gnarly. I actually, when I heard like the news that he was going to be doing the first couple of rounds or whatever, I really thought he was going to win all 3.
Yeah, I think it's a bummer he definitely got hurt because I think there's could have been contention. Yeah. He was just getting better and better.
That's cool to see like other guys, big guys that are on those factory teams come from elsewhere in the world and ride our series, and they do really good. That's pretty cool to watch. And Ben Kelly, man, he's just dominating.
Yeah, Ben's on another level right now.
My question for you is if Stuart Baylor was healthy in there, would he be contending? That's a big question.
I think Stu would be contending. I think Stu's just next level.
Hello.
Definitely could be contending for the win.
Talking about the GNCC.
GNCC.
Stu Baylor.
All right, I think Stu definitely could be a contender. I think he's just next level right there with Ben.
Yeah, I think once he's healed up, man, he's gonna do it again. I think he can. I think has the capabilities to win everything.
Yeah.
Whether it's national enduro, sprint enduro, or GNCC, I think he can get it done. I think he's the guy.
One more question. Do you think Jordan Ashburn could run with those guys?
Ooh, that's a great question. Because back-to-back podiums for Jordan Ashburn.
Back to back, but Joseph Garcia hunted him down and was all over him till Joseph forced him into a mistake, and Jordan went down.
How old is Jordan? Do you know?
No, I know he has 2 kids though. He just had twins like last year.
That's cool. Yeah, I think obviously this year he's that next guy in line. So I'd like to see him do pretty good. I don't know if he can get up there with Kelly. I think he's on another level. I think if anyone can, it'd probably be Josh. I think Josh Toth. He's coming.
All right. One more thing to this GNCC segment. Do you know who Todd Kellett is?
I do not.
Okay, so Todd Kellett was there this weekend. I'm pretty sure he had a crash. Todd Kellett is from overseas. He races the big Red Bull knockout beach race. I'm sure some of you know what that is.
Like hard enduros and stuff.
Yeah. Do you know what the knockout beach race is? Like what Jeffrey and them do?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Todd placed second this year and was battling for first. I watched about the first hour and a half. Haven't finished it yet. We're still watching it, but I think there could be improvement there if he does not crash.
Yeah, any of those guys, obviously you couldn't take Graham Jarvis and throw him in a GNCC setting and have him do good, but even like Johnny Walker, I bet you he could do good at a GNCC.
I think he need time to adapt though, like as we're seeing with Joseph Scarf.
Hit a couple rounds.
At the first round, and he came here to Florida and got second. These guys need a couple races to figure out, especially at their level.
Yeah, especially 3 hours at full pace. Like you talking about like Erzberg or whatever. They ride for however long they ride for, hours and hours and hours. Yeah, way more than
3-4 hours.
Yeah,
3 to 5 hours.
It's longer than a GNCC, but they're not at that 100% level the whole time because the terrain is not like we're at a GNCC. You're 100%. You have to be fit enough to go 100% for 3 hours.
And you're sprinting.
Yeah, you're sprinting for 3 hours to be able to win a GNCC. So I think that's a little bit of a learning curve for them, but I think they're such good shape from riding for so much they can definitely do it.
All right, next topic.
All right, so we're going to move back to Supercross just a little bit. Talk about the Anderson Mookie beef, man. What's going on there? What do you think?
I definitely think Anderson and Malcolm are definitely
beefing it up.
Beefing it up right now. I think they're both super fast. I think they both could win races. As we've seen Anderson, he's won a good amount. I think Malcolm could win too. I think those two need to make sure from now on that they don't get too caught up trying to cat and mouse each other and take each other out and pass each other and do whatever they're going to do.
Yeah.
We need to focus forward because Anderson right now is in that championship.
Yeah. At Daytona, he kind of screwed himself messing around with Malcolm. Whether Malcolm did any of that on purpose or not, I honestly don't think so. Obviously, they got a one-position suspension, both of them, just for fooling around. They both seem to maybe not purposely doing it, but definitely a little bit of targeting going on where they weren't afraid to get a little physical. I think at some point, if you're Malcolm and you're looking for a win, and if you're Anderson and you're looking for championship contention, you just got to run your own race and forget about it.
For sure, because Anderson's blown it a little. Because what did he get at Daytona? Was it 8th or 9th?
Yeah, something like that. And then Malcolm was in 11th or 9th.
Yeah.
So I think they got 8th and 9th, something like that.
See, these two are too busy trying to take each other out, and Anderson can't be messing around like that. He has a championship on the line. He is one of the fastest guys.
Yeah.
There can't be Those two can't be joking around.
And look what you did because of it. Boom. Now you got Tomac. I think he's like 16 points up or something. Where coming in, he was 4.
Yeah.
That's huge.
How many
for
times taking each other out of races? They did it last race. They did it this race. And didn't they have one before?
One before.
Hasn't it been 3 times?
Yeah.
And look, Anderson probably would have had the points lead.
You could argue Anderson would be there. I think, and Malcolm lost 3rd in the points. I think Webb's now 3rd in points because of everything.
Oh, we need to talk about Webb. What do you think about Cooper? Is he coming on?
No.
You don't think he's coming on?
I don't think he's going to. Okay, I'm letting my feelings get in the way because I'm not a huge Cooper Webb fan. Just because I don't know. I don't know why. I just like Tomac. But I will say, I think Webb has definitely shown that little East Coast vibe where before in the West Coast, he seemed like he was struggling. I think all the KTM boys, I mean, minus Plessinger now that he broke his arm, but even Muscan, it looks like they're figuring out the new model bike. And I think they're really pushing to make some better results. Before Muscan got a little hurt last week, and then this week he didn't have a great result, but he did pretty good. He got 5th, so I think they are both moving up, and I think we're seeing some good speed out of both of them. And I think they're going to be podium contenders the rest of the year. But I think Tomac and Anderson are still the guys to beat.
All right. I have to say one thing. I'm not a huge Webb fan, but I admire that dude. He is always charging. He is a gamer. He will come from the very back and pass everybody if that's what's needed.
Yeah, he'll do what it takes.
He does what it takes to get the job done. And I look up to him for that because I feel people do that, but not to the Webb extent.
Yeah.
We've seen Kenny this year. He kind of, if he crashes, it's kind of give up time. Just ride there.
Yeah. I mean,
like gain 2-3 positions.
I don't blame him, though. Uh-oh. How long's it been off?
Just went off because I just looked at it.
Let's see. I wonder if it's something to do with that battery. All right, let's just keep watching. All right, we're back.
All right. So, as we were saying, we were talking about Cooper Webb and how he is always charging. Like, he will come from the back and do whatever it takes. And I feel like no other guy really has that. And, for example, like we've seen, I know other guys will charge from the back, but I don't think it's like Cooper. This year we've seen Kenny. He crashes. He kind of just stays there, maybe gains 2 positions, finishes 13, 14 in that range.
Yeah, well, and I feel bad for Ken, too, because, as the news came out, I think today or yesterday, he's taken off the rest of the season. Team decided with him that was going to be best for him. He was struggling with, I can't remember the name of the disease, but after all his arm surgeries and all his injuries, he ended up getting some disease where it was affecting his immunity and everything like that. So it was really struggling for him to continue to stay healthy and have that endurance that we're so used to him having. So I think, if he ends up getting better, he'll be a force to be reckoned with again. But the only other person comparable to Webb that I can think of in like that drive is old Tomac. This year we haven't seen it as much. He's managing a
drive.
Yeah.
He will drive.
Yeah.
But I also feel this class is so stacked, it is very hard to drive. It's stacked to like the
10th.
13th, 10 through 13 range. And these guys are all so fast. Even the guy who is not making the main every single weekend, that one guy, he is still phenomenal.
He'll come to your local track and spank everybody by 10 seconds a lap. Whoever. Yeah.
These guys, their level is incredible. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. All right, so that's going to conclude our Supercross segment for today. So a little bit of an ad here. As you guys know, Local Moto, or maybe you don't know, we're an online retailer for dirt bike parts, accessories, and gear. So we work with local companies and American-made companies and other companies as well, and we partner with them to sell their products and create this community that you guys are watching right now. So today's product of the podcast is Old Red Bike Wash. So Old Red Racing Products is one of our vendors right now. We have them available, all their products on our website. I'll have that link down below, localmoto at myshopify.com. You can go check that out and buy all their products. They have all kinds of stuff. This is their bike wash. So there's also a review video of this bike wash that we made on our YouTube channel as well. So I'll have that link down below. Right now, our other vendor is 2020 MX Goggles. So they're going to be on our next podcast as the product of the day.
Yeah.
But, so both those companies are great. If you guys want to support them and support us, go check out.
American made, too.
Yep, American made. Florida local. Made here in Florida. So That's pretty cool. Thank you, Old Red, for being a part of the local Moto family. And back to the podcast.
Hey, one more thing I gotta say. Old Red and 2020 both do an amazing job. They are sponsoring up and coming youth riders. As you can see here, I'm in my Old Red team shirt. I ride for the Old Red Young Guns team, and it's amazing. So back to Jacob.
Yep. Maybe we'll have a little bit of podcast later on about the Old Red team.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
We would have to, because he was team captain for a year.
I was team captain for a year. That was cool. Anyway, all right, back to the podcast. So our next thing is going to be a little more exciting. So for those of you that are watching on YouTube, you got to leave comment down below about this topic. Let me talk about Gatorade flavors. Now, this may sound stupid to some of you, maybe the older audience, but the younger audience probably appreciate this because we always talk about what flavor Gatorade do you like? Man, I hate that flavor. Blah blah blah. So we're gonna do a little debate here on Gatorade flavors. So the first base question is gonna be, what is your favorite Gatorade flavor of all time? Not even like the main ones.
Can it be top three?
Okay, go ahead. Top three of all time.
All right. The one I'm drinking right here, Glacier Freeze.
Okay, that's classic.
Definitely like this one. It's fruit punch, the red one.
Yeah, I think so.
Fruit punch. Oh gosh, man, tongue twister. Definitely love that one. And what's the yellow one?
Lemon lime.
Lemon lime.
So you're a classic guy.
The classic. I love those three.
The classic flavors. That's
top three. All right. What's yours?
All right, so top three of all time, not just the classic flavors. So number one for me is definitely strawberry lemonade. It's hard to get.
Get him out of here.
I've only ever seen it at like gas stations and stuff, and I don't see it very often. But the strawberry lemonade Gatorade, if you guys haven't tried that, that is the best. All right, second, probably lemon lime. Lemon lime is really good.
That's agreeable.
Yeah, I think lemon lime is one of the best flavors. And then third, man, I do like the cucumber flavor. Have you had that one?
No. Real quick. The orange one you've been drinking, how would you rate it out of 10?
This is probably my fourth favorite.
Fourth?
I like orange.
Out of 10, though.
Oh, out of 10?
Based on any Gatorade flavors you've had.
7.5.
7.5.
Yeah. Maybe 8.
35%, guys.
Yeah, 7.5. All right, so I'll do cucumber for the third, which I know is kind of weird, but I do kind of like it. It's good. All right, so now, let's go ahead and comment down below your 3 favorite all-time Gatorade flavors.
And we'll pin someone next video too.
Yeah.
If there's
Someone's come.
there's a good one, we'll pin them.
Try to pick ones that maybe we've never heard of before.
Yeah.
We'll pin those.
Any ones you guys like, anyone you enjoy. Comment your top 3, top 1, whatever y'all feel like.
All right, so now the next question is, out of the classic flavors, so classic Gatorade flavors is lemon lime, orange, the red one, which I think we were calling fruit punch.
It is fruit.
And what else? Is that the only 3? Oh, is there grape? No.
Yes.
Yes, grape. And then is that it? I
Grape.
think so. Okay, so out of the 4 classic Gatorade flavors, how do you rank them? This, I'll debate some.
Top 3 are in this one. That Glacier Freeze is one of them too.
Is it? Is that one of the classic ones?
I'm pretty sure it's been in.
All right, we'll count that.
All right, we'll count. So there's 5. Oh man, this one's hard.
So Glacier Freeze is your number 1.
No, I don't think. I think I definitely like fruit punch and lemon lime are tied for first. Oh, it's off.
I wonder how long it's been off.
It just went off. I look at it a lot.
Yeah, it's got to be something with that battery.
All right, well, we're back. It went off again. So we're back, and we're talking about Gatorade flavors yet again.
Classic flavor.
Classic. So there's top 5. List them again. Glacier Freeze.
We're going to call Glacier Freeze a classic. We got orange, lemon lime, the red one, which is fruit punch, and grape.
Okay.
It is grape. The purple one's grape?
Yeah.
Okay.
Top. These 2 are kind of tied for me. I like lemon lime and fruit punch like about the same. They're both awesome.
So that's 1 and 2.
Glacier Freeze definitely third.
Number 3.
Grape and then orange.
Grape and then orange. Wow. I mean, all right.
Let's hear it from you.
Number 1's lemon lime. Number 2 is orange.
Mm.
Number 3, Glacier Freeze. Number 4 has got to be the red one.
Number 1 and 3 we both agreed on kind of.
Yeah. But the last one, number 5, is grape for sure. Dude, that is the worst Gatorade flavor out. You like grape? Okay. Comment down below if you like the grape Gatorade. Maybe check out the Instagram. We'll do a poll on an Instagram story on
Maybe both of ours.
maybe both of our Instagrams. We'll do grape. Who likes grape? And we'll see how many of you like grape versus any other flavors.
All right, we have a few more minutes. I have one more idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna run and grab him.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Be right back. Meanwhile, while he's gone, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and follow us on Instagram. Check out our. What are you doing? Check out our website at localmoto@myshopify.com. All that stuff will be down in the description. If not, if you guys are audio listeners, you'll have to do your best to look it up if you are interested. We appreciate all that type of support, trying to grow the business, trying to keep the community growing, and how about we just admire this beautiful wildboard GNCC Racing second place loser trophy by Lincoln Bischoff.
Hey, better than you ever did.
All right, this is true. The best I ever did at GNCC was like 25th overall, so I'm pretty sure you've got me beat on that.
We're coming back now, and I think we're ready.
Oh.
We got a new topic now.
Final topic of the day, so get ready for some heat.
You get to hold the 100%.
Okay.
Just both
pairs. All right, you got the Scots.
Okay, I get the Scots. Y'all need to comment down below, too, to tell us what you like. Either the black and white prospect roll-offs.
Have those.
And then these are the breadth filter, awareness, Scott prospects. Just tear off, model, off-road. Scott's big into the off-road racing, along with 100% pretty big into it, too.
Yep. We got here lemon lime flavored.
Yeah.
Just neon green, 100%. With the roll-offs. The roll-off system, they've made big improvement. Did you remember the old roll-off systems?
Very good.
No?
Those ones weren't very good.
The old roll-off systems.
The new ones are really good.
Okay. And then we got a non-roll-off pair. Ooh, look at these metallic and red. These are pretty cool.
I've seen Jesse Ansley in those too.
Yeah.
Shout out Jesse.
Maybe we'll get Jesse on the podcast at some point. That'd be cool.
Hey, hopefully that would be pretty dope.
That'd be pretty cool.
Boy.
Yeah, we'll have to text him. And Jack, too.
And Jack.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Boys. All right, so comment down below. If you like 100%, are you a Scott guy? I know this kind of goes against our sponsor or our vendor 2020 MX goggles, but we're actually going to have a YouTube video comparing and doing a product review on their goggles as well. So that video will be out probably in the next few weeks. But for now, what do you like? 100% or Scott?
Y'all, we're going to debate it right now.
Okay. All right. What's your consensus?
My first, definitely.
Wait, don't say which one's your favorite. Give some pros and cons for each first. Okay.
Alright, so these Scott goggles, they're some of my favorites. In my opinion, Scotts are the best looking goggles out on the market right now.
Okay, wait. Rank it by 3 things. Looks, the lens, how easy it is to use or take out the lens and deal with the lenses, and then how good it is on the track, whether it gets fogged up or dirt inside.
Scott's 10 out of 10 on the amount of fog and whatever.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 on looks. On the lenses, I will have to give some critique. I have realized on these Scott goggles, the lenses scratch a lot easier than these 100% goggles. But 100% are pretty strong. I'll give them an 8.5 out of 10 on looks. Fogging, I'll give them a solid 10 out of 10. I've never had any problem.
I think it depends. If you get the cheap ones, I've had issues with those fogging.
I've never had any problems with any of them. I have the cheap ones too.
Yeah.
Lenses. These lenses, these are old. And I have not had hardly any problems with 100% scratching.
Yeah, I agree. The 100% lenses seem to be in pretty good shape. I do like how wide the lenses are on the Scott Prospects, though. I just feel like I have more field of vision with the Prospects than I do with the 100%. But looks-wise, I'd say I like them both. There's a lot. 100% has just a lot of colors, a lot of them.
It's just the tear-offs. Now these are only the tear-off goggles. The roll-offs are the next.
All right.
Only
talking
about tear-offs. Now you do your rating. Here it is.
All right. I got to give, overall, out of all 3 categories, Scott's definitely got to be 9 out of 10. Scott's definitely some of my favorite goggles. The old ones, I will say there was critique because the nose piece wasn't as concave. You probably didn't even start wearing them, but when they first came out with the Prospects, that was a problem. All the new ones are pretty good.
They're perfect. The
Yeah.
nose pieces go. They're perfect.
100%. I probably have more 100% than anything. They're a little bit more affordable.
Best price for sure.
Best bang for your buck of the big market brand goggles, I will say. 100% is pretty good. I have had problems in the past with 100% getting fogged up, but not really. Even, I mean, all goggles will get fogged up in the right scenario, but both have been pretty good. I'm going to give these a 9 out of 10. These a 9.5 out of 10. Like, if someone handed me a Prospect or 100%, I got to take the Prospect.
I just so you know, these are 100% goggles. These are $25. Best affordable goggles out on the market, and they're pretty cool looking. All right, now back to me for the roll off.
Yep, roll off segment. You got the other roll offs? Where they at?
Yeah, I got the roll off.
Right there. All right. Prospect roll offs. Go for it.
Big roll off. Love these things. I do not have as many problems with lenses scratching with the roll offs. I don't know what the difference is.
I guess that makes sense because the film over the lenses probably keeps you from getting scratched.
Looks, these things are
They look sick.
These things are knocked out of the park. They're insane. They look insane. Performance on the track, definitely a 10. Overall, I'll have to give the Scott Prospect roll-offs a 9.9 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think these things are almost perfect. I don't think there's much improvement.
I've never had one break.
I've never had any problems.
Yeah, and are we doing off-road in Florida? Is it off?
Yeah. It just went off. It was just on. It's not that bad though.
No.
All right, we're back. You guys probably heard. I gave the Prospect roll-offs a 9.9 out of 10. I definitely love them.
All right, what about the 100% roll-offs?
100%. I think the new ones definitely are a little more improved, but with these, hard to clean. Lenses are fine. Performance on the track, they'll mess up on you.
Yeah.
I'll have to give them a 6 out of 10.
Honestly, I think that's a good rating. That might even be a little generous.
That might be a little generous.
Yeah.
All right, one more comment. These aren't too expensive. These are only like $55, so not bad.
No, not
Very
bad.
affordable. But Scott actually, they're called Scott Furies. They released their new goggles. Furies are pretty new.
Yeah, they're not that old. Yeah.
These are pretty expensive. I got these on a really good deal for like $60 or something. But they're like 110 new. But they released Furies and they're only $70 new. That's a pretty stealing deal for goggles that'll last you a couple years.
Yep. I think the Furies are probably a good bang for your buck also. All right, so what do I think here? Man, I like we said with the Prospects, I don't know how much there is to critique. I mean, I've worn probably an equal amount of Scott Prospect roll-offs versus 100% roll-offs in my time. And I will say I've never had a Prospect roll-off break. And the old 100% roll-offs, I don't think I've ever made it through a race without them breaking.
They fog up,
the string comes in, all of the film falls out. Like, literally, I don't think I've ever made it through an entire race with the old ones. The new ones are better, but they're still not as refined as I would like compared to the Prospects. So, I mean, I'd give these, like, maybe 5.5 out of 10. And these got to be just 9.99 out of 10. Like, it's hard to give them a 10 out of 10, you know, because there's probably other ones out there that are just as good. Yeah. But I will say these are really good. So.
Last topic, last question, and then we'll probably got to wrap it up.
Yep.
This is one word. What is your favorite helmet?
Oh.
Ever worn?
All right, so this is going to be for next
on this.
Yeah.
Explanation, but we're just going to say it right now.
What's your favorite helmet? Everyone, comment down below.
Everything we've said down below. We want to
know. Leave us paragraphs, and we'll read it all.
We have nothing better to do. No, I'm just kidding. He works, and I go to school, and I gotta go fishing. Very important life.
Very important life. But yeah, so what's your favorite helmet? Dirt bike related helmet, of course. Is that about it?
You first. We'll just say the brand, and then we'll explain next time. Pick it up.
My favorite helmet. All right, I've worn all the major brand helmets that I think are like the top 3 helmet brands. We'll talk about that next time. I gotta say the Fly Formula Carbon.
All right. My top. Wait, what are your next two? Just real quick.
Fly Formula Carbon's number one. I gotta say, second and third are really close or a tie between the 60 and the Bell Moto 10. Or 9. I haven't tried the 9s, but
Mine,
same deal.
60, ATR2. That's my helmet for days. Second is the old Fox V3, not the new one. I don't like the new Fox helmets, personally. The old ones were really good when they made the youth V3s. This is youth helmets for me. He's adult. And third, I've only worn, I've worn more than that.
Yeah.
Trophy designs.
That's what I was gonna say. That's gotta be.
Designs.
Those helmets are fairly new in terms of like how good they are. The old ones were never that good. They were kind of like cheap, not great helmets. But now I see a lot of like really good people wearing them.
All right.
All right, guys. I think that's going to be it for the podcast. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you made it this far in the podcast, really appreciate that. Go ahead and comment all that stuff we talked about down below.
Critique, ideas, anything.
Anything. Whatever you want to say. It's a free country. Say what you want.
Yeah.
We'll delete it if we don't like it.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Thank y'all for watching.
Appreciate it, guys.
Till next.